I'll wait here till you finish carrying things out, Detective. What was all that racket?
Yes, that's all been arranged. You will be paid by Maxwell once you solve this heinous crime. Now get on with it.
Good job, Detective. What's going on? Did you catch the killer? These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion. Have fun, dear. No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out. I'm sick all the time, Detective. I don't have the strength to do such a thing. You were so close, Detective. That's just silly, Detective. Why would I want to kill Mr. Parker? Good. Perhaps you should rethink your investigation. It's not me, Detective. Clearly, you should be looking at that actor. Well, congratulations on catching up, Detective. Yes, I've been masquerading as Julianna for some time now. Well, how is this going to go down?
You stay out of this, you new money Neanderthal. Or was it you? What are you talking about? You probably killed him, you beatnik kook. That fool Ezra tried to talk me out of sending Pearl for the police, and now he's dead too. How dare you? I knew it. I knew Spencer's death was a murder. She's a floozy. A vacuous, self-absorbed, spineless, low-born floozy. She probably put Kiefer that painter up to killing Ezra. He used to always make sure I had my medications and whatever my kiddies needed, but Bertie has been so cold to me lately. Maybe I've been too hard on him lately. He's loyal and dependable, but never did have much of a spine. I think half the reason he married me was so his parents would stop harassing him. I manage our investments, he plays with his toys. Of course. That's why we hired you.
I'm Julianna Riggs, heiress to the Riggs fortune and wife of Bert Riggs. I'm not sure what else you expected, Detective.
The less said about that beatnik scoundrel the better. If I were the killer, I would have started with him. Well, let's hear it then. He was a wonderful man. None of the others really appreciated him. He was going to give me an advance copy of his latest book, which was how I found the body. I told Ezra that he had been murdered, but he refused to listen, as usual. Well, look where it got him.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Pod. I own the greater part of this hotel, that's how. I've sunk so much into this place and it's falling apart. You'd think he'd listen to his betters, but no, he always had to do things his way. Said you had to pay for quality. Well, we saw what that got him. For all the talk of his vast experience in venture financing, he never seemed to put in 1 cent of his own money.
If you ask me, it's one of those actors, or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
That sycophant. He used to follow Ezra around like a dog. Any time I'd get on Ezra about the state of this place, he'd jump into his rescue. Ah, my fellow connoisseur of the art.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder? Oh, it's you again. What do you want? Mr. Scruffy and I are going to rewrite the will, so he will get everything when I die because horrible Bert didn't believe me.
Don't forget to pick up my meds from the gift store.
I know when I'm getting sick, Bert. Now why don't you just wander off and play in your lab? Yes, but not a real doctor. Robotics isn't an actual medical degree. You're not a doctor. What would you even know about it? Besides, I think it may be malaria.
No, I said the food was setting off my celiacs. I don't know how many times I've told Sebastian, no wheat in my food.
Hello, Mr. Whiskers. Who's a pretty kitty? Oh, of course. Silly me.
You traitor. You're not supposed to tell him. Spencer's death was not an accident. I refuse to believe that. You're damn right. The thought of accusing me. We're very private people, Detective. He worked for General Atomics and I manage our investments. That's a matter of public record. Are you insane? Ah, you want to find out who the killer island? Who do you want to know about? Mr. McKinney, Gilda, or Mr. Havada? I don't have to answer to a low-born commoner like you. Yes, what did you need?
I'm glad you decided to come back, Detective. A wise choice, Detective. Well, Detective, that's quite the claim.
He'd been doing it for years. The man was a crook. I don't think I do, Detective. We hired you and all you seem to be doing is accusing me. What? I have no idea where that came from. If he's been in my room, I will give him a thrashing.
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lashed out a bit at the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
Which is a complete load of crock. Well, look, we're not listening to me, God Ezra. Take note, detective, and respect your betters.
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.